Hello, good afternoon. I would like to share 3 months without shopping. This is my 2025 challenge report, and it's been a quarter since I started my year without shopping challenge, and I can say that it is going well. Of course, some skeptics first commented, like, oh, so sit there without shopping. But in reality, there is no sitting still. Life goes on, full of events, travels, and my favorite activities. This year, I have already have had a vacation and attended Zumba classes and enjoyed Latin dancing with my husband. This doesn't mean that I've completely given up the whole entertainment. On the contrary, in February we attended the Brazilian Fiesta and then a Fleetwood Mac concert. And now I'm planning visiting the Opera House for the Sydney Choir performance where my friend Julia sings. And of course, there is one trip to China this month in March, which was planned and was already paid last year. The main principles of the challenge are still the same. The core rules is not to buy material goods specifically for myself, either in stores or online. However, we continue to uh, give gifts to our relatives and friends and carefully selecting only necessary and useful items. January and February this month we had a couple of unexpected expenses. In January, we had to pay for an air conditioner for our rental home and replace the broken dishwasher in February. While that was not really strictly necessary expense, we decided it would be better to replace it. And these costs could be written off on the taxes. We also planning to renovate the backyard patio. We wanted to do it even before my husband's birthday, but we're still thinking about it. Uh, in this area, we wanted to replace some doors in the house. However, these plans are still under discussion. And by the way, purchasing materials for home improvement falls under allowed expenses within this challenge. So March, our trip to China, 2 weeks in China, they truly tested my challenge, tested my resolve. Tea plantations and terracotta warriors, silk factories, famous Chinese markets. There were countless temptations to shop. However, we limited our purchases just silk bed linen and a silk blanket and silk pillows. All of that was an anniversary gift for my husband for his 50 years anniversary. At one of the markets, I was tempted by a beautiful bracelet made of jade. They could be not only green but also purple and orange. I didn't know that jade comes in these colors before. But I decided against this temptation. My wedding ring is enough, and I don't need another accessory. One unavoidable purchase anyway happened. My sweater wore out, and I replaced it by following one in, one out rule. Then, returning home, we returned home and prioritized health. Upon returning, we discovered that our dog, he is here, by the way, Zeus, that our dog had a swollen spot under his eye, and I went to the vet, and he had a couple of injections, solution, and cream, and all of that cost about more than $500. We haven't yet taken out our pet insurance, but we are considering it in a few years when Zeus turns 6 or 7. In April, I have planned a dental procedure. Initially, I considered traveling to Russia for it, but since it's a minor treatment, I decided to visit a trusted local dentist who assured me of high quality work and the fair price. So, what are my lessons learned in these 3 months? First lesson, that I have plenty of time. I can prioritize what I want to do rather than what I want to have. And this experiment has already helped me to rethink my habits. Limiting purchases forces you to distinguish between what is truly necessary and what's just impulsive desire. Without this challenge, I probably would be buying lots of souvenirs in China, and eventually they would ultimately gather dust on the shelf. Now I'm more focused on mindful choices and on wiser financial planning. By the way, 3 months gone and this challenge continues, and let's see what the next months bring. Bye.